So everyone, Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm sucked, the cartoon. The Mortal Kombat movies sucked, both.
Well, the second movie was funny.
Was enjoyable, at least, but they still sucked. So let's mush them together and see what happens, shall we? In April 11, 1995, I'm quoting Wikipedia here, so take it for what you want, a couple of months before the first movie is released, Turner Home Entertainment and Threshold Entertainment, which we kind of know because of a certain movie, they did a tie-in animated film on VHS and Laserdisc called Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins. A complete mess that mushes together traditional animation, motion capture, and terrible, terrible CGI to tell a short story that centers around more or less the time Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, and Sonya Blade were on travel on the boat towards the island where Mortal Kombat was to be held. Trust me, guys, it's not gonna be pretty. So start your copy before the New Line Cinema logo. The later release of this movie were included automatically in the Blu-ray of the Mortal Kombat movie in April 2011. So I don't know if there's also a Warner Bros. Logo before it, but in case, just start before the New Line one. All right, 3, 2, 1, click.
Oh, terrible animation. What do you expect from Threshold?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun,
How the hell
dun.
does this studio even keep making things?
I have no idea.
and it cuts off the song.
I guess it's
Yeah.
I guess it's the same inexplicable.
Cherry Dweebs because it's probably the highlight of the movie.
I guess for the same reason of why Richard Rich is still allowed to make animated films. Ugh. Oh my god, this looks
Yeah.
hideous.
Already I'm getting sick.
Yeah, because this cartoon has 3D, and it's
So we're playing a game on the Sega Saturn.
I'll say it's on Sega CD to be generous.
No. The Sega CD cannot do 3D models too.
Now, some technical aspects. Apparently, the major staff of the movie was the same of the original movie, so Larry Kasanoff and all that gang. But we changed the voice actors for the majority of the characters. You have Jeff Glenn Bennett for Johnny Cage and Scorpion, Jim Cummings for both Shang Tsung and Sub-Zero, Ron A. Feinberg for Raiden and Goro, Jennifer Hale for Sonya Blade, and Randy Hamilton for Liu Kang.
Yeah, these seem to be like wasted potential with the sub
Also,
series.
get used to these shot waves because we're gonna repeat it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh no, it's not the Power Rangers Turbo movie, is it? Where they're mostly just on a boat and barely do anything.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Let's just say halfway is gonna be out on the boat and the other on the island, but you're onto something this because there's a lot of exposition in this movie and very little fighting.
And
anyway,
here's
if you
the
wonder, the narration is right, and because he's right.
And-
Also, the boat is clearly sinking, but whatever.
and here's our first big problem. I've never seen
Characters are photoshopped on this 3D background.
They don't
I've
blend
ne-
well at all.
I've never seen an animated film that made me think that the actors are on a green screen.
Also, you may notice that the character design is different from the one in the movie because here is a bit more similar to the one in the games. It would be fine if it wasn't for the fact that this is based on the live-action movie, so people come in expecting the characters to look like in the movie, and this feels a bit alienating.
Not just that, Liu Kang doesn't even look like either the games or the movie, if you ask me.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the red
The hairband, yeah.
the red hairband, and his face just looks off in a lot of scenes. You'll see. I'll point it out when it becomes
Relevant. Okay. Oh no, a storm, a very terrible CGI storm.
Why did they have to be CGI, the storm? Couldn't they just...
Because Threshold Eye Sub-Zero.
Eye Sub-Zero.
Sonia, you're
right back,
no.
No. Okay. Yes.
way, sir?
Sub-Zero's things that he freezes things. Yes. But he does it by throwing ice magic at someone.
Jim,
Not
what are you doing here?
Jim Cummings is playing Shansung, everybody, because apparently he really needed to pay the rent that month.
Like, bless him because he's trying his ass off for the role, but God, it's still terrible because of the animation. He has a terrible script to work with too.
Sub-Zero does not freeze people with a shoulder. That doesn't make any sense.
So, did I miss anything?
Nothing.
No, please don't use those terrible effects now.
Oh God, no.
Also, Shansung is a prick. He could have killed them easily, but no, he just throws them
Not just that, he looks transparent. Like, he looks even
and
more...
once again, he looks nothing like in the games or the movie. Rot in hell, Johnny Cage. Like, where were you in Defenders of the Realm? Also, what's this fixation of having Sonya Blade being an idiot just because she's in the military?
Because that's what happens in the Mortal Kombat universe. Policemen are idiotic morons who can't do anything, whereas Indians are capable of using computers and shit, and being the Star Trek tech guys. Go ahead.
But that's the thing, Pedro. Like, we already had that role for Stryker. Why giving that to Sonya as well?
But Stryker isn't even in this, so they had to give it to Sonya.
Yeah, true. Also, Scorpion, you're terrible at stealth. Also, whenever since Scorpion was famous of doing stealth missions.
Not just that.
He's a ninja, but he's not exactly subtle.
Not just that, but I love how, in the movie that this is supposedly a prequel to, both Scorpion and Sub-Zero were being mind controlled by Shansung, so their rivalry wasn't even a thing in the movie. But here, mysteriously, it is again.
Pirates of the Caribbean foreshadowing, I guess. Wow, that's a terrible effect. Thanks for the crotch camera, guys.
Not just that, the move that they're trying to mimic there, he's supposed to throw the thing at the ground, not at their whatever.
Opponent, yeah.
I can't.
Oh my God!
It looks like he was moonwalking.
No, that's terrible. Well, the ship is broke. Sonya.
Okay, are we in Warriors of Virtue? Are we gonna do all of the action scenes in this blurry vision?
Yeah.
It looks like she's trying to escape the movie.
No.
Wait,
please,
and now Scorpion is here. Wait, where did Sub-Zero go?
Yeah. Also, Scorpion, you're a wimp.
Not just that. Wasn't he supposed to go after Sub-Zero? Why does he care about beating these guys up? Okay. The fight scene just keeps alternating between Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Also, no, that's not how Scorpion's rope work.
Is he the one that goes
trespass the opponent?
So go ahead, Liz.
Right then.
Is he the one that goes, get over here?
Yeah, Scorpion, yeah. Dude, God, I hate Liu Kang's face in this movie.
Yeah.
Also, movie. Pick an opponent. Are you fighting?
Raiden's a dick.
Are they fighting Sub-Zero or Scorpion? Pick.
Shang Tsung, you just went away from the door. Why you came back?
He came to boast the fact that he has a bigger dick than Raiden. I don't
guess.
know.
Also, that butt chin.
What exactly is the light source on that door?
I have no idea.
The studios, the big studio, that light you have on like red carpet events.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, don't you know? Where was this exposition in the movie?
And even then, it still doesn't really help newcomers at all. It's still very vague.
If a new Mortal Kombat movie or show has to be made, this kind of explanation needs to be done in one of those intro sequences that sets the tone.
Yeah. The first movie.
And here we go, the first of the 3D fight. Essentially, Dweebs, all the major fights in this movie will be done in this god abomination 3D thing.
Seriously,
in this case, a young Shang Tsung against the previous owner of the island, I think.
Threshold, seriously, stop trying CGI. You're not
Look
good
at
at
that!
it.
You can clearly see the model of the arms.
Not just that. Not just
It looks
that.
like they're both capping the dolls to fight.
Not just that. Notice.
Sorry.
Notice how the young Shang Tsung's model, this one we're seeing right now, he does not he's always with his mouth open. Like, whereas, but here's the interesting thing: there will be points in this fight where the bald guy actually, his face actually moves at certain points. His facial expression actually changes, whereas Shang Tsung has the exact same facial expression throughout his entire fight. Like,
okay, we get it, Shang Tsung. You can stop doing your ballerina moves.
Dur.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the derpy fights.
Yeah, it's like you said, this is clearly the prototype for Foodfight.
Yeah.
This was back in the 90s where we all for some reason thought that as long it's CGI, that automatically makes it cool.
Yeah. And there you go, he kills the opponent, non-violently, I guess.
Well, of course, remember
this is and sucks away his soul.
What, Teo, were you expecting to be some kind of major violence in a Mortal Kombat movie?
Silly me, Pedro, how could I not understand? Look at that, the model is the arm
model. Okay, what's he doing now? Is he gonna eat
PS1,
Yes.
Look at that! PS1 FMVs are better quality than this shit. Like, this was like 1995. It was, in 2 years, Squaresoft will make the FMVs of Final Fantasy VII, which, yes, they're still dated, but compared to other stuff, they're some of the best things you will see on the PS1.
Was that the Christopher Lambert character in the movie?
Yeah, Raiden.
Yeah.
Not just that.
Here he's voiced by Ronnie Feinberg. I don't know who he is.
Not just that. I'm pretty sure the Joseph MVs had much more money put into them than this.
Yeah.
I'm not even zooming in. They're just pulling the character model forward.
Which wouldn't be a problem because anime does a lot of this.
They probably contacted. I'm starting to think that this cast was typecasted from the Disney Afternoon because Ron Feinberg was one of the villains of Darkwing Duck.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Jim Cummings, this guy, and Jennifer Hale at least.
It wouldn't even be necessarily a problem that they zoom in on Raiden's face in that shot, because anime a lot of times to cut costs actually sometimes does it. The problem is that they do it in a way that's like they mostly do it in moments of tension, and they do it in a very fast zoom so that you don't even you don't even notice it because it goes by fast. You know, to convey the idea of something coming towards the character or something like that. You know. In there, it made no sense for them to do that. Just
oh my god! The Scorpion Sub-Zero want to do something? No. Okay.
Tracy Island took a massive downgrade.
Turns out they may be more right than ever because Jeff Bennett was in Gargoyles as Brooklyn. So
well, yeah.
I get pretty guessing that Lawrence Kasanoff just borrowed some people from the Disney studios.
Either that or their agents got confused.
The great
Yeah.
Jeff Bennett, who played Dexter's dad in Johnny Bravo.
Well, might as well complete the circle and let me check who's Randy Hamilton.
Oh, look at the beautiful CGI temple.
Well, compared to what previously was before, it was passable. Also, aside from Baraka, I don't know who these characters are.
Honestly, considering how bad the CGI is, I'm surprised they haven't fucked up the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Liu Kang's finger there.
He was objecting.
Welcome.
roll credits, I guess. Of course.
Indeed.
We get it, Johnny. Shut up.
Yes, please stop being snarky. In the
Oh,
meantime,
there you
and
go,
here's
Goro.
the current champion of Mortal Kombat, Goro.
Also, that he keeps repeating the motion of pulling his cape.
Yeah. That piece of animation was just so good we had to do it twice in 1 second.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Let me guess. There's a rule in Mortal Kombat saying that if you attack someone when there's not a fight going on, you will be punished.
Yeah, sorta.
Sorta.
There should be, but I just say that Shang Tsung tries to manipulate the rules at his advantage all the time.
Okay.
Why Sub-Zero? Turns out he did leave the...
And Scorpion was glowing.
Why is Scorpion
Are they
glowing?
ghosts?
Oh, hi,
I can
Raiden.
tell you, Dreams, the Scorpion never used astral projection. I guess.
Oh my god, I hate Liu Kang's face in this movie.
Durr. Even the nose is wrong.
It doesn't. It just looks. It looks so derpy.
Yeah, I was right. He's a ghost.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing.
Well,
it's more like undead.
Yeah,
than
he's more like
being-
an undead than a ghost. But again, the term. But then again, the people who made this clearly haven't played the games anyway. So whatever.
Yeah. And yet we still try to make materials about video games. And there you have it. The match that symbolizes Mortal Kombat to its roots. Scorpion versus Sub-Zero in the worst 3D that you can imagine. And also the fact that Scorpion is a complete pussy in this cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, if you gave this, I mean, if we did this kind of animation today and with a more competent studio behind it, this would be a pretty good fight.
Yeah. Not just that, but
Well, what I can tell you, Dweebs, is that despite the bad animation and the low budgets and everything, what I can tell you that Threshold understands a bit the camera angles in how things should be portrayed. But the problem is that everything else just makes everything moot.
Yeah.
also Warner Brothers. Maybe it's about time we release a Mortal Kombat arcade collection in the on the PS4 and Xbox One, and include 4 while you're at it. And this time, make sure the emulation is flawless. By this, I mean I like the PS3 arcade collection, but it had some minor emulation issues.
Oh, there you go. They actually used a clip, voice clip from the game with that Boom's voice.
What
Yeah.
did he say? Get over here.
Yeah, he did.
So similarly said, "Come here."
Yeah,
It's
come
also,
here.
Well, it's an alternative line, but it's
Alright.
essentially the same. And Scorpion got frozen like a idiot, and Sub-Zero just looks at him awkwardly. Oh, and Scorpion's dead apparently.
And that's it. Okay. Again,
Oh,
we
yeah.
cannot actually see him decapitate Scorpion because what do you
Yeah.
think this is?
That would-
A Mortal Kombat piece of media?
Basically, one of the most iconic fatalities is Sub-Zero taking you by the neck and ripping your head and spine from the body.
Ah, okay.
But we can't have that because we're trying to make Mortal Kombat kid friendly.
Oh god, for a second I thought they were
So
good. For a second there, I thought they did a pod of him snapping or something.
My god, these 3D backgrounds.
Silly me for expecting Mortal Kombat to be violent.
There you go, Ro. Oh yeah, the Rizal Baraka. Also, Johnny, you may want to take. Will you ever take your sunglasses off? In the sequence on the boat, it was night, and you still kept them.
Do they still do the get over here thing in the recent games?
Yes. Well, it's a classic. I mean,
in Mortal Kombat 9, sadly not in 10 from what I checked, but in 9, they also re-included the Toasty line.
Well, I guess X as well, and also because Ed Boon was involved.
Yeah. Remember, the team has a different name, but it's still the key people.
Hey.
Yeah.
And they know what to do, I can tell you that.
It's really interesting considering how in a lot of times in the video game industry, well, actually, never mind. Ever since Warner Brothers bought them, they've been able to make Injustice games and stuff like that.
So now is that Warner Bros. Had sworn in 10 microtransactions. Thankfully, it wasn't at a point where they were suffocating, but people are fearing that when Mortal Kombat 11 will be inevitably announced, those will be a major problem.
It is a bit odd because doesn't Scorpion have a proper voice actor? But do the get over it stuff? That sounds rather jarring.
Well, to be fair, the voice actor is a sound-alike, so the voice difference is not that tangible. Besides, the line is a classic, iconic, so fans that usually tend to have their suspension of disbelief when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to
exposition, gushing out.
I've always wondered what kind of hat is he wearing.
It's a traditional Chinese or Oriental hat. I forgot what it's called. It's made of rice plant.
His lips also look pretty. Everybody else the other two look fine regarding the circumstances.
Yeah. But Liu
Kang's face. No, not just that. Liu Kang's. I'm sorry. Liu Kang's face just bothers the hell out of me.
No shit.
Regardless, though, I still.
Go with the...
Yeah.
Okay.
he just came out to say hello.
Your cape is not as cool. Wait, what? Oh.
Pedro, he just wanted to say hello.
No, it's not that. This editing is ugh. Anyway, I really would like if they would take at the very least some time to do some HD re-releases of some of the older games, not just the classic ones, but you can also make some
stuff like Deception
and Deadly Alliance,
Armageddon, yeah.
Because I still like those games. I know a lot of people don't, but I still like those games.
Yeah, Shao Kahn, but we need to save it for the sequel. So
especially considering how 4 is one of the least played games in the series. So that one is probably one that really was. I don't think 4 was even re-released on the PlayStation Store as a PS1 classic or anything.
I'm gonna check.
Then again, I can always just play it on my modded PS3 because I can.
It had a gold edition, but I don't remember.
Wasn't that on the Dreamcast though?
Actually, let me check.
I think Mortal Kombat Gold edition was something for the Dreamcast, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
The
The
Dreamcast is not exactly a console that a lot of people bought, so.
Yeah. But yeah, the original release has not been re-released. It was only made for
Okay, so here's another eye frowning thing in this continuity. Okay,
they changed the backstory of Goro now.
Yes, even though in the movie that this is, let me remind everybody, this is supposed to be a prequel to the movie, where the backstory is the one from the game. So what the fuck is going on here?
Essentially, the palette swap that you're seeing, the darker Goro, is like supposedly Goro's brother, and they're fighting to be the successor of the throne. This thing never existed in the games.
Exactly. Goro never had a brother. This is all pulled off of Lawrence Kasanoff's ass.
Oh my god, his arm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I trying to do these kind of cartoons back in the mid-90s.
Yeah, I love this part, by the way. check this out. He took the gem, and now he's almost falling. He's near to the point where he'll fall and die, right? So, and then he gives him the jewel, I guess. I love how, okay.
Because...
And now the
Because
brother
power
helps him
sporting.
up.
Oh, how sporting, I guess.
I thought this was supposed to be Mortal Kombat, but I guess not.
Mortal hell pass.
Hold on, Teo. I just figured it out, Teo.
Yeah.
That was Goro's friendship.
Oh, never mind.
Where's the bibality?
But he still has the jewel.
Basically, Webs, aside from the fatalities and brutalities, there's also a thing in Mortal Kombat called friendship, where if you want to show mercy to your opponent in the finish him section, just do a friendship, and basically both your opponents just become friends, and that's it.
Yeah, and also in their games we introduce stuff like the bivalities, where your opponent turns into an infant. Don't ask. And then also the animalities, where each character turns into an animal and kills the opponent in that fashion.
Which is exactly what the climax of the second movie was trying to emulate, and horribly.
Yeah. What do you expect when Kasanoff co-wrote the story?
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
All right, the Great Kung Lao. Essentially,
That's right.
It's another. Well, in this case, it's the ancestor of Kung Lao. Essentially, Goro killed him, so the Shaolin monks have sworn vengeance against him.
Yeah, poor Kung Lao never shows up in these adaptations. He just gets mentioned off screen.
Who?
Exactly,
Yeah.
Debs. Thanks.
Essentially, Dibs, you remember Odd Job from the James Bond movies? The guy.
That guy,
with the
Debs. The guy with the
buzzsaw
hat. That's
Yeah.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao works exactly the same. He has a buzzsaw hat.
Yeah. His hat can cut through things.
Does he work for a billionaire?
No, he's
No.
he's Liu Kang's ancestor. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Which is interesting because he later does get revived in Mortal Kombat 2. And he kind of becomes Liu Kang's friend, even though he's supposed to be his ancestor. It's kind of...
Well, no, in this case, it's the great Kung Lao, which is the ancestor. The actual Kung Lao is a descendant of him.
Sure. Even though Liu Kang himself is also a descendant, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually forgot. Did they ever establish that the newer Kung Lao is a brother of Liu Kang or a cousin or anything?
The one in new continuity?
No. I'm only familiar with the older continuity, not the... I'm only familiar with the pre-Mortal Kombat 9 continuity.
No, he's still a descendant of Great Kung Lao in this case. In that case, I mean...
That's your victory pose?
Yeah.
Just hold the guy and then celebrate like you're getting married or something.
Yeah. And that's it.
No,
we're not
you haven't learned this.
Shut some space there. Whoa! And there we go. He chopped his head off, but we can't show that because... What do you think this is, Mortal Kombat?
Can you imagine if the games were like this? It's in the shape of the emblem.
It's... okay.
So now what? Oh?
Even the 2 animation.
No, someone clearly hasn't played the games.
Exactly.
It doesn't even make any sense out of context. In Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat means if you lose, you become alive.
Mortal Kombat... The whole... Yes, of course, Mortal Kombat is not about death. Then why is it called Mortal Kombat?
Don't you see, Pedro? We all got that backwards for all this time.
The only time when Mortal Kombat is not about death is when someone does the friendship. But
and now out of nowhere, an army of Tarkatan charges.
But expecting every single person in the tournament to do a friendship at the finishing part is really, really ludicrous.
Alright, Weebs, get ready because this is where
great. More Warriors of Virtue action scenes.
Also, yay, Johnny Cage finally took away his sunglasses.
Those glasses cost me $500 asshole.
Yeah, why would you fight with your sunglasses on anyway? Also, reuse animation for the win.
A lot, Dweebs. It's like Pro Giant said, that animation of Johnny Cage squatting away from the Tarkatan is like used, 7 times?
Yeah.
We have to pad it out somehow.
Yeah.
Guys, there are better ways to do it, like even with little effort. This is clearly not even trying.
Yeah. And now he has the sunglasses again. Oh no! Where is the virtue?
I can't even see anything.
Wait till we get to Where is the Virtue, where literally every action scene is done like this. All this blurry vision where you can barely see anything.
That's so avant-garde.
It's like basically imagine you're watching a kung fu movie all while shaking your head sideways.
I can't even imagine Shiro attempting to watching that.
But I tell you, at least we'll always have the villain.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy went on to make Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
Warriors, come out and play!
They just say that the villain of that movie loves his role. Those faces.
What's a little poke in the back?
Johnny, if you start pointing out the cliche, you're gonna get skewered in the meantime.
Baraka, are you actually gonna, do something?
Baraka.
Essentially, Baraka is the name, supposedly the name of a title given to a champion of the race of these guys, the Tarkatans.
Okay.
It's a good thing those Tarkatans just stood there while Johnny Cage was doing his shtick. Oh great, more reused animation.
Yay. And now Johnny Cage has his glasses again.
Of course, bring in 1 million, 1 billion of them. Sky's the limit when you don't give a shit.
It's like Matrix Reloaded. Oh
God, that face is gonna haunt my nightmares.
Again, it's like Matrix Reloaded with the fight against the Smith. At least that was entertaining and had better music under it.
Oh my God, everything's getting blurry.
Oh, finally, Raiden says yes.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, Dwebs. When we watch Warriors of Virtue, you're gonna start wondering. Okay, wait, is this the movie or am I passing out right now?
Oh no, everything shaking.
And Shansung bothered to come in from the void.
Yeah.
I'm serious. There's no background there's no background in there. He just came from the fucking void.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's like that scene in Star Trek Insurrection where there was blue everywhere that was meant to be filled in with chroma key, but they forgot or they were lazy.
Of course.
Oh great, more! Yay! Because we haven't had enough of this.
Unfortunately, no, because we need to postpone this for when the actual fights will start in the movie. Because this is probably the point where this animated tie-in ends.
Really?
Yeah.
Dweebs.
Well, remember, this is supposed to get you hyped for the movie.
It's a gigantic commercial and it's a bad one if I ever saw one.
Since when the Sub-Zero...
Considering how bad the CG fights and the 2D fights were, then I'm not really that disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Get it turned into the logo. Which it should be both Liu Kang's animality, but that's beside the point.
Attack! Attack!
Actually, no. It's about to end. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go, Dweebs. It's over. Now we can just get a small clip show of those terrible 3D animation, and it's it.
Along with the song.
At least the song is entertaining.
Yeah.
Again, it's a crime, the fact that the only good thing that came out of these movies, the only major good thing is the theme song.
Yeah. Alright, so at this point it's just a clip show so they can reuse more animation.
Final thoughts. This is awful. Like,
the
a
CG.
lot.
The CG, the
Prepare
2D,
yourselves for Mortal Kombat the movie!
Too bad we already commented on it, so yeah.
The fact
Alright,
that it's-
alright, now, Dreams, you're gonna actually see, supposedly, a clip, sort of a clip show, but essentially cards that detailed actually the characters and what they actually
gentlemen,
do.
you're Mortal
Lieutenant
Kombat
Blade on her
fighters.
fighting skills as a member of a
Samurai.
top US Special Forces unit. There you go, Dwibs.
And
There's,
you know what's the most insulting things? Their abilities are actually matching what they do in the games, but what they don't do in
for the most
animations
part,
of the movie.
this is Scorpion age 32. Scorpion is way older than 32, but whatever. A specter who must avenge his earthly death at the hands of the sinister Sub-Zero. There you go, Dwibs. That's who Scorpion is. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, special abilities, fire sprue. Fire sprue and
It's the one where he slices the head.
Liu Kang, age 24.
Yes, this is like how a theatre production ends.
This noble warrior was once a member of the Order of Light
Everyone
Temple.
bowing at the end.
He is the Temple's last hope for victory. Which means we're all fucked.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Fatalities,
Fireball,
Dragon Bite,
Flying
spin.
King.
Dragon Bite. Isn't that his animality?
That's the animality, but I guess that's the one for a sequel, yeah.
Sub-Zero, age 32. Whatever.
Yeah, let's just roll with it.
Believed to be a member of the Link. Wait, believed? He. Everybody knows that Sub-Zero was a Link. Whatever. A legendary clan of Chinese ninjas.
We said the League for a second.
Oh,
and
here you
was
go.
like,
Sub-Zero apparently has 6 fatalities, even though that doesn't make a lick of sense.
Yeah.
We said the League for a second there, and that would be like
Johnny
Yeah,
Cage.
like,
It's
no,
29.
they're not hammy enough.
No, not really. A movie superstar intent on proving himself to his fans by winning the tournament. He was later killed by Goro.
Yeah, because
I know that doesn't know what happens in the movie,
Yeah,
but I'm pretending he was. He was actually killed by Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn in
After
the
like a
movie.
minute.
Yeah.
What was the point of getting a new actor?
Goro,
Die
age 2000. Okay, the age on Goro actually looks proper. Age 2000. Reigning champion of Mortal Kombat for the last 500 years. No one opposing this four-armed giant have survived.
Giant. He barely looks any bigger than the rest.
Every move of his four-armed monster is a fatality. Watch out. Then how come Shao Kahn doesn't say fatality when he wins?
Yeah.
Raiden Eternal.
Because it's one of the gods.
Eternal, yeah.
God of Thunder returns to help the free combatants realize what's really at stake in this 10th Mortal Kombat.
And
They-
nothing else because Raiden is an idiot.
Well-
Also, it's with an it's in an
Well, to
it's
be
in an I,
fair-
not with a Y.
Well, to be fair, we're doing the Mortal Kombat 1 plot. He only joins he only abandons immortality in Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. 1,000
Shense plus 1,000 years. We're not entirely sure of the number, so yeah. A sorcerer who has controlled Mortal Kombat for most of the last 1,000 years steals his opponent's souls. Sometimes he looks old, sometimes he looks young. It's quite inconsistent, but we're not going to explain it why.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's his moves, and I think we're done now. Yeah, we're done. Alright,
This is painful. Pedro, final thoughts.
it sucks. It's terrible. The animation is god awful. They clearly don't know
Special thanks to Ed Boon and John Tobias.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure we will be extremely happy about this.
Yes. And yeah, like it sucks that they play it's not at all very faithful to the games. It's just completely incomprehensible to newcomers. It's just horrible. They close us out because I want to close this as soon as possible.
Boring. The 2D doesn't blend well with the CG backgrounds at all. The CG looks shit. The fights are dull and really badly choreographed, which is interesting considering it's a drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've got nothing else. It's not a very good lead-in for the movie, that's for sure.
Not really. All right, everybody. So that was Mortal Kombat.
that,
Journey begins.
finally this was awful, so that it's over. So see you for when we'll actually see the live action TV series of Mortal Kombat. See ya.
Yay. See ya.
All right, see ya.